Hi fellow travellers, this is Travel the World. Our video today is on Niagara Falls. Canada versus America. Where is the best place to stay and visit? Stick around to find out the best activities to do in both Canada and America, where to stay and what not to miss. There is more hotel options in Canada than there is in the American side, so that's where we stayed. We were extremely lucky and was able to book a room with a view over Niagara Falls. This is a must if you have the money to splash out and there's any rooms available. One of our favourite things to do was to sit in our room and watch Niagara Falls in the peace and quiet after such a busy day doing activities. This is a great time to relax, refresh and also dry off. We highly recommend taking a few pairs of shoes because you're definitely going to get wet. We suggest doing one day at one side and one day at another, or if you're there for a few days, see both sides and then you can go back and do your favourite activities. We're going to go through the Canadian side first and go through all the activities not to miss. And the American side, and the same thing, all the activities not to miss, and top tricks and tips for Niagara Falls. So, before we get started, please subscribe and comment below. Tell us, have you been to Niagara Falls before and did you enjoy it? Let's go through the Canadian side. We're going to show you all the tours you can do and boat trips, what's best to do, and also what you need to book and what you can just go on without booking. Each activity that's close to the waterfall gives you a free raincoat. However, we suggest wearing all waterproofs underneath your clothes as well. The Canadian side is much more built up, with restaurants and shops and things to do for all the family. So, what to do, what not to miss? Well, we suggest Journey Behind the Falls. This is where you get a yellow raincoat and you get to go behind the falls. You're going to get wet, so think about that. Maybe take a bag with a towel in, or just embrace it, knowing you're surrounded by Niagara Falls and everyone's wet. A short walk down the river past Journey Behind the Falls is the Hornblower. This is the boat trip. We did this one at night time and it was incredible. There was fireworks and they lit up the Niagara Falls into different colours. It was insanely beautiful. When looking down at Niagara Falls, how do you know who's American, who's Canadian on the boats? The people in red are from the Canadian side and on the Hornblower. The people in blue are on the American side, on the Maid of the Mist. Make sure you have your passport, get in a car and cross Rainbow Bridge. We're heading over to the American side. Unlike the Canadian side, which has hotels, restaurants and lots of fun activities for all ages, the American side is a national park and it isn't very built up. We suggest parking up early in the morning as the car parking is cheaper in the national park than outside of the national park, and then getting a ticket and getting on the trolley, which will take you to all the different destinations you're wanting to go to. We went on the Canadian side boat tour at night time, so we chose daytime to go on the American side boat tour just to see it in a different light. The Maid of the Mist boat tour is probably the most famous of both boat tours. However, neither one is better than the other. Cave of the Winds was definitely our top experience for both sides, and this is because it's the closest you can get to the waterfall. You're going to get drenched and covered. You get so wet on this experience, they give you free groovy shoes. We recommend wearing these shoes the whole entire time for every experience. This way, your own shoes don't get ruined. They have real grip and they dry really fast. We didn't realise how big and powerful the waterfalls actually were until we were underneath one being splashed in our faces. It was a crazy experience and we'll definitely do it again next time we go. The American side also has a lookout platform. It's like a bridge, but it doesn't go all the way. You can walk out on it and see the Niagara Falls from a different perspective. We highly recommend doing this if you are not going to go on a boat or do a helicopter tour or a zip line or any other of the activities. This is great for smaller children or people who don't want to get wet and want to see the views from afar. Let's recap both sides and give you a list so you can choose what you want to do when you go to Niagara Falls. We'll start on the Canadian side. Number 1, Journey Behind the Falls. Number 2, the Hornblower Boat Tour. Number 3, Ziplining. Number 4, Casinos and Amusements. Number 5, a helicopter tour. And number 6, restaurants overlooking Niagara Falls. We suggest the IHOP. It had amazing views and it wasn't too expensive. Moving to the American side, for number 1 we have Maid of the Mist. Number 2, Cave of the Winds, you're gonna get wet. Number 3, the Observation Tower, a different perspective. Number 4, Trolley Tour. And number 5, a walk around nature, experience the national park. So, which side is better? Well, that depends what you want. If you want amusements, restaurants and lots of bright lights, we suggest the Canadian side for a family-friendly approach. If you're looking for a more nature-based trip, we suggest the American side, with less hotels and restaurants, and it being one of America's national parks. This side feels a lot less tourist-based. We enjoyed both sides for different reasons. We loved our hotel and the view we had because we stayed in the Canadian side, but we loved the peace and quiet and the views on the other side, the American side. So it's up to you. Where would you stay watching this video, and have you stayed before, and has this video changed your mind? Please comment below with anything regarding Niagara Falls. Thank you so much for watching. We're always making new videos and we'd love to know where to do a video on next. Please tell us your favourite travel destination so we can do a video on that, or a destination you've always wanted to go so we can put footage and information together for you. Thank you so much for all your support, fellow travellers. Please subscribe so we can do a little happy dance. This was Travel the World. Bye! Ooh, we almost forgot. Don't forget to book all the things in advance. If you book on the internet before you arrive, you can get package deals that are much cheaper if you're going to do more than one activity. Bye guys!